So I'd like to make a comparison between the propaganda of Winston Churchill and the propaganda of Donald Trump. Now, both Winston Churchill and Donald Trump are racists. This is the same. And Winston Churchill and Donald Trump both had naval blockades against Iran. Winston Churchill had a naval blockade from 1951 to 1953, and that was after Iran nationalized its oil, and the British were convinced that Iranian oil was their oil, and so they had it wasn't a technically it wasn't a blockade, but the British surrounded the Iranian ports and seized ships who bought Iranian oil. Now, they only seized, I think, one ship, but it was enough to scare all the other ships away. And this one ship that they seized, they took it to court, and the court declared that the oil was the British. And this scared off all of the foreign buyers of Iranian oil up until the coup d'etat that happened in 1953. So, at the time of Winston Churchill, there was the BBC, and that was it. No social media. So whatever the BBC said, whatever the BBC said, that was pretty much it. Here comes. Anyway, no. Say hello. This is Graham. Interrupt. Say hello. Are you good? Anyway, and so whatever the BBC said, that was it. You had to believe it. There was no other option. And Winston Churchill had a very high command of the English language. It was so funny. Some of the things he said against his enemies were like a complete entertainment, amazing. Whereas Donald Trump is extremely limited command of the English language, as everybody knows. So Winston Churchill has some leeway with the propaganda. Whatever he said, the BBC echoed it. Everybody believed it. He got everybody emotional. He got everyone believing what he said, and the fact that he was actually doing maybe crimes against humanity and other things in the process, or war crimes. He got away with it because the BBC were the only ones there. Now Trump is trying to do exactly the same thing with the propaganda. He's saying complete lies, like Winston Churchill, and nobody believes him. So this is the difference between the propaganda of Winston Churchill and Donald Trump. Is that the propaganda of Winston Churchill was successful, and with Donald Trump, it's not working. Now the German propaganda, the saying came out, tell a lie once and no one believes it. Tell a lie 1,000 times and everybody believes it, and even you start to believe it yourself. So the people who say the propaganda, they say it so many times that they actually start to believe it. So when in Trump's first presidency, he started to believe the propaganda about himself, because everybody wants the leader to be perfect, and they make the leader into a hero and an intellectual. And so Trump now believes in his own propaganda. He blurts out some garbage and he believes it himself. And so we're getting into really dangerous territory. Now the blockade, we're moving into people have got to be prepared for possible food shortages in the future. Anyway, I just wanted to mention the similarity between the blockade of the 1950s that the British did against Iran and the blockade of today. And the situation of Iran is completely different. And the blockade the British made in the 1951 to 1953, Iran couldn't sell any oil. It went bankrupt, and it paved the way for the coup d'etat. The situation now is completely different, and the tables are somewhat turned, and it's actually what the blockade is really a blockade of to the whole of the world of the Middle Eastern oil. it's the blockade goes two ways. It's blocking Australia, South Korea, India from getting oil. The blockade is around South Korea, around India, around Australia. It's like the oil is being blocked also by capitalism, by greed, because as the price goes up, it blocks off the people can't afford the petrol. So it's a capitalism. It's the collapse of capitalism. People say, Donald Trump, Winston Churchill, but actually, on the wider thing, it's the collapse of capitalism, and it's not the end of the world. A decentralized economy will be built around a multipolar world will come. So people should not feel that this is the end. This is the end of the beginning of the end, etc. You got it.